So my name is Ed, and this is my testimonial video for Starecta. You may, if you're on the Facebook page for Starecta, you may have seen me. I post there quite frequently. I've been using the rectifier for about just over a year, maybe 13 months, 14 months, something like that. As you know, the rectifier, if used in the hard approach, it creates a gap between the teeth. So just to prove that this is a genuine testimonial video and that Starecta isn't paying me or anything like that, you can see my teeth here. They don't touch. The same on the other side as well. And that was caused by Starecta. Now, I mean, it's quite an intimidating thing, you know, and it does worry me a little bit. I haven't been to a dentist yet, and I don't know what the dentist will say, basically. I'm a bit worried about going because I don't know what they're going to say when I go. But I suppose the question would be, well, is it worth it? Is it worth messing up my jaw for this product? Yes, it is. It is worth it. My symptoms were scoliosis. I had scoliosis from, I guess maybe I always had it, but I kind of attribute it to when I was 13 and I got injured. And ever since then, at least that's as far back as I remember having like a twisted spine, basically. And I've constantly been trying to do things to correct it, maybe the last 10 years or more. And it has. I mean, it hasn't completely cured it, but it has greatly reduced it, and to the point where I wouldn't be surprised if it does completely get cured by wearing this device. Not to mention that it's cured an enormous number of other symptoms. It's probably added years to my life. I also have a slightly unusual situation in what I was coming into this with, which is that I had been meditating for a very long time. And after about, well, maybe let's say the last 6 years ago, something happened in my meditation, which is very well understood in meditation kind of groups that are reasonably serious, but not very well understood generally outside of that. Not that this is really the time to get into it, but suffice to say, what happened was that in a reasonably overnight, almost pretty much overnight, my thinking mind reduced in intensity by about 75%, and I became almost constantly aware of myself. I couldn't sort of like lose myself anymore in experiences like in working or in entertainment or relationships. And the energy that was going into thinking was now being experienced in my body as like physical pain. I could feel the contractions in my body that had been there all the time, really, but they were sort of unconscious, and I was acting on behalf of them. You know, they were influencing the way I was living, how I was thinking, how I was feeling, how I was behaving around others, and how I was living my life. And it was unconsciously happening, and I didn't realize this until this change had happened, and suddenly these impulses were known and felt in my body and were very uncomfortable. And so I had this kind of like heightened nervous system. And Starecta has very, very effectively calmed my nervous system and enabled these contractions to loosen and to basically restore me to a previous state. This is I mean, I appreciate I'm not maybe describing this very well, but in my opinion, this is of enormous significance and very, very beneficial, this invention, basically. It's far more than, for example, something that just, you know, helps you move one eye down here and one, you know, gets your eyes symmetrical, your face a little bit more beautiful. This absolutely, this kind of vain stuff, I mean, I appreciate it if you do have some kind of actual thing, but I mean, it's essentially vanity in comparison to something so much more important, which is getting your body into a greater degree of health. And because health is not particularly well understood, in my opinion, because we normally think of health as just being like okay enough to do the things that I like to do. Whereas many people who are doing the things they like to do can be very, very unhealthy, but they don't think of themselves as unhealthy. Health is really something that has a very high ceiling. You can be much healthier than you think you are now, even if you think you're very healthy now. So this greater degree of health is really synonymous, as far as I'm concerned, with greater happiness. You're more at rest, you're more peaceful, you're more free, you're more open, and you have more clarity of mind. All of these kind of qualities, I can say that Starecta has helped me have. And as a consequence, it's a priceless thing. I mean, it costs 200 euros, but from where I am now, I could have paid 20,000 euros and not feel like I've wasted my money. There's not many things you can say that kind of thing about. It genuinely has improved my life, considerably improved my life. So I don't know what else really to say, apart from I've mentioned all that stuff about the meditation, if only to point to the significance of this thing, which is more than about posture, is more than like, you know, making you look more beautiful. It's about harmonizing the body and giving a greater health, a greater clarity, and does, it seems, actually have a kind of evolutionary significance, as it kind of claims it does. Without a doubt, if you buy this thing, your life will be better. So I don't really know why you may hesitate. I suppose in a sense, the only thing is that, you know, you feel like you're okay now, and of course it's 200 euros. It's not necessarily very cheap, and also, you know, because this whole thing, and that's obviously got to be fixed one day. So, you know, I'm fine for this only being given to people who need it. They're the ones that deserve it the most, you know? Like if you've ever had if you're really twisted and you've lived with this for so long and my God, it's so draining, then you really deserve to have a really healthy body that is your tool, that is your instrument, and that you can be free of this life of basically having to be a slave to the body. Unconsciously, so many people, and even consciously, basically all their energy is going into just looking after their body, or not looking after, but placating their body, because it's demanding so much. It's constantly giving this message that it's not okay, it needs something, and you're a slave to this thing. So you have to drug yourself, you have to self-medicate with whatever, with alcohol, with entertainment, with whatever. And to be in a position to be free of that, you have so much energy, and now you're free, and now you don't have to worry about looking after this body, because this body is resting, it's happy, you can enjoy having a body and being a body, and now you have all this energy, and what are you going to do with it? You know, what are you going to do with all your time and all your energy now that you can do whatever you want to do? People who use Starecta, probably from a young age, as Moreno says, I mean, he's got a young daughter, at least while I'm recording this video, his daughter's very young. And, you know, if you get a kid on this, maybe not very young, but, you know, when they're old enough to understand it and to be mature, but at least still developing, then they have an opportunity to have a very symmetrical and very healthy body and very powerful body from a young age. and then your opportunities are considerable. And you might want to do whatever. You might just want to sort of just have a life where you sit and just watch the world go by. It doesn't really matter, but you can do it in a happy way. You don't have to be, the president, but you can live a simple life, but you can do it with full enjoyment of the fact you're doing it. You know what you're doing. You're not a slave anymore to your body. That is worth a lot of money. That's worth more than money. So I would highly recommend you do this. I think this invention is really very significant, actually. And if you think this video is a scam, and probably you don't, but just on the case that, Starecta recently posted a video about people thinking this whole thing is a scam. If you think this is a scam, then you don't deserve this invention. Maybe the internet has broken you or something. You just become so cynical you can't really use your intelligence to see anymore. So take the opportunity if you feel like it. Starecta does offer money back guarantees. So you really have nothing to fear. And also, if you only wear it for like about an hour a day, or you use the soft approach, as they say, then it won't cause any gap between the teeth. So you don't have to be concerned about that. Even if I have to wear this thing for the rest of my life, it doesn't matter. I don't really feel at all like it does. It'd be nice maybe one day to get rid of it, but it just keeps improving everything. It improves my body, it improves my mind, every aspect. My health generally. I think my face has become more symmetrical, slightly, not huge. My jawline seems better. There's more muscularity in my face. And I'm just excited about where it's going. It seems to keep improving everything. So, yeah. I'll leave the video here then, but yeah, not a scam. One of the best things ever invented, actually. And Moreno and the whole Starecta team, Valerio, everybody, thank you so much for this invention. And hopefully one day we'll meet. I don't know. But yeah, take care and have a good day. Bye-bye.